Alright, it's time to breathe life into my old Technics amp. This thing was in my YouTube channel back in the before the sundown days. This amp's blowing a lot of speakers, and it's powered my JL for a long time. It's been a good rock solid amp. It's taken all the abuse, and it got put out of commission. A very classy amp. I actually wish I treated it better. It got put out of commission when Jake kicked it over. I smacked it around. Oh, now it ain't working. There we go. Yeah, so I got the incandescent light to work with a little bit of a smack, but the amplifier's not working at all. The radio's not working, the amplifier's working. It's all cold solder joints. I did an inspection at one point, but it looked like it really sucked to get into, to tear into, so I've neglected this amp for years, and it is time I bring it back to life because it is the best home audio amp I own. It puts out something around the area of 400 RMS watts at 4 ohms, and it takes 4 to 16 ohm speakers. Very flexible. This channel can do a minimum of 4, this channel can do a minimum of 8. It's got all kinds of inputs. It's got a built-in TV tuner, 2 switchable outlets, a battery pack that somebody really let go in it. This amp is the best home audio amp I've ever personally owned. I love it. But yeah, you know, as a kid, I didn't really take care of this amp. I just, or teenager or whatever, I got this amp rather cheap at a thrift store, and our plan was to beat it and expect it to last 2 years, and that would be it, and then I'd move to the next one, but it's just so reliable. If I knew this amp was going to be as great as it was, I would have taken far better care of it. I hate trying to figure out how to get to the bottom of this amp. I think it's going to take a lot more screws than that. In fact, I need to go find a container to put my screws in. This piece goes here. You pick it up and little card edges. So if I get confused, that's what happened. This amplifier is going to be a nightmare to take apart. It's got all these removable cards and stuff I got to take out. See, these come out like PCI cards, but different. And all I got to take that.
I'm gonna send you a fucking screenshot. You tell me if I reacted to that event. You're trying to say that.
I'm gonna slowly work on stripping this down. Yay! We got the apple pot. Oh no! I need 2 hands to rotate this. Can I rotate it like this? Oh. So that's the region selector here. Interesting. Huh. Sticky. Yeah, I used to overdrive this thing, so I used to have to put a fan on top of it, so it actually did pick up more dust than it probably normally would have, because it had a fan pumping air through it. I gotta find my cold solders next. Let's see if I can find some. Cold solder. Cold solder. Cold solders on these connectors here. We've got a cold solder over here. It's not too bad. These guys, it looks like it's ripped completely off the trace in the PCB, so I'm probably going to have to scratch some material up with my X-Acto knife and just solder down on more trace. I'm going to have to keep expeculating around the board. Anything like a transistor or anything big, anything mounted to a heatsink, is probably going to have damage. So I just got to look for that. We're good here. How do these input connectors go in a transformer? That's a lot of weight. Yeah, they actually looks pretty good, actually. Let's get them soldered. Alright, Malachi, you ready for the smoke test?
Smoke test!
Alright, let me make sure I have everything in a not shorting out position, because this thing's slapped together, and it's very possible it's going to go... In fact, where's the power bar? Yes! It's alive! It's alive! It actually does things! Now. Yay, look at that! I think it'll work!
You gonna plug some speakers up? And now you're a skinhead looking for black skinhead running through the night. Let's see, how about Pantera Revolution is my name?
Oh, and the radio's working too, guys. The lights are out. Yeah, that was so frustrating, tedious. I didn't want to deal with getting all the stuff out of here. I was gonna take the front little thing off over here for the lights. Actually, I wonder if they disconnect. See, if there's an easy way to unplug this front light. I can put my camera taser on it, which will charge a capacitor up to 300 volts, and then I can just keep whacking the thing till the filament goes, because the filament will go sometime, and that should make an arc that'll weld it back together. Because the capacitor will discharge as soon as it gets a connection. I'm going to see if I can disconnect this. Let me follow these wires.
Are you on video?
Yes, I'm on video. Great, ESRB changed the rating to AO, thanks. Now I can't be sold at GameStop. I pulled this plug out of the PCB, shoved a wire through it, and then I can go here, and this is the pins in the light bulb. So yeah, that's the light bulb connector, alright. Just be on the safe side, we'll do this to the other one, just to make sure that I'm not about to dump 300 volts into a random part of the amp. Because if I screw this up, I do not have an amp anymore. I can't screw this up. See, the plan is I'm going to put the 2 wires through this, charge my capacitor up in the camera, and then I'm just gonna, do a little stuff like that until I eventually get a flash out the front. Oh, I think it did it. Unless that was too much. Yeah, back when I used to actually have my computer set in my bedroom, I gamed on it all the time. PlayStation 2. Its color output made games like Need for Speed Most Wanted look incredible. Obviously, I should treat this thing like a CRT with an open tube filament. You know, I should just throw it out, because at this point, if I can't get it to work, then I can't save it, you know. Amplifier won't work if the front panel can't light up. Well, the protect mode in the amp still works too. Speaker's a little crispy. And I saw a little sparklage out of the side there. Oh, I got a little smokelage. Protect mode works great in the amp. This amplifier is a good amp. It's nice to see it's back in action. And I'm not going to be abusing it like that anymore. I'll take an amplifier that doesn't sound so good to do that with, or my Sundown amp, because it's actually meant to do low ohm loads. But this thing, this is going on the desk. This amp's going back to service.
After rounds, then I quickly I fled. And a clip
Hey, wait, why is the tape not playing?